Hey guys, Mike here again with another video. So as it is really late, I'm actually gonna be ending my video spree with one last DC book. And tomorrow, after I pick up on my comic books and stuff, I'll be doing a big Marvel thing. Big Marvel like splash of Marvel, Wolverine, the X-Men, Spider-Man Annual, Avenging Spider-Man, Captain America maybe. I'm not really feeling Captain America. Maybe I am. I don't know. Yeah, but maybe I have something special planned. I'm be doing the first arc of the Flash, the New 52 Flash. But other than that, oh, the hell. But all in all, the first issue what I'm gonna be doing today is Batman Annual #1. I'm not. They actually charged me $4.99 for this, which I guess is okay. But Spider-Man charged me only $3.99, the normal price. Why you up in the ante? I remember when DC helped the line at $2.99. If any you guys should like this, if you remember that, I remember that. It's not happening anymore, but okay. Good job, DC. You lied to me. So as you can see, the issue this is by Scott Snyder, James Tynion the Fourth, and Jason Fabok, Fabik, reintroduces Mr. Freeze. Woo! So the issue starts off with a young Victor Freeze walking in Nebraska 30 years ago with his mother, and they're going to this, I guess, competition. And they're trekking around houses ice, and they're explaining how they're making it's a snowman building competition, and they're gonna build a big snowman, and that they're gonna make his face from an apple, in the old style of the old country, apparently. And Victor says we're gonna have to build a giant one. I don't care as long as it's giant, bigger than me. So they're walking, and somehow his mother doesn't marry, and you see an apple, but then you walk and you see a hole in the ice, and Victor's crying, calling out to his mom, and then you see a, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City, Night of the Owls at 12 a.m. Um, Victor talks about how the ice preserved his mother until help arrived, and the doctor preserves her sort of like how it preserves Nora, and Victor gets is a sore subject for him, but the doctor sort of talks to Victor how these owls stole his formula to bring back their soldiers, but and tried to kill him, but um but um but Victor doesn't want to really talk about the owls or Nora. So Victor wants to talk about time, and he wants to know what time it is. It's past midnight, a few minutes past midnight. He's like, I'm gonna need your crayon. And the doctor's like, you know that this crayon is made with alcoholic wax, so he can't freeze it, can't use it as a weapon, because Mr. Freeze does that apparently. So he actually kills the doctor, snaps his neck, takes a crayon, wraps it around some wiring, and manages to, I guess, to fuck up he causes the temperatures in his cell to drop to sub-zero degrees, the levels. So they're like, what is it? The talents again? This takes place apparently a little bit after the talent attack. Arkham's back in his city in Asylum, and they're like, Freeze is cooling down, and it's like if they don't drop it, who knows what the hell can happen. So the guards bust in, and Freeze takes this pipe of water and freezes them, starts breaking fingers. He takes one of the guard's fingers, and he actually drinks some of the ice water or ice stuff, and he's walking, puts his hands up. He's freezing pretty much part of um, the area, and then he walks up to these guards, and he spits in their face, and he freezes them. And he manages to use this dude's finger to get into this confiscated items room and steals his armor. And there's a truck that appears outside, and he takes the truck, drives it into the Iceberg Lounge, or the Iceberg Casino, and you see him in his glory. His suit's actually really interesting. I like the interesting take they've done on his suit. He's very streamlined, very modernish, like not to make buckles or belts and things. He has a belt, but it's very simple, which I like. His helmet's weird. It's like it looks like it's like this part holographic type thing. There's very like sensors around it, but it's keeping him cold. So Victor tells everyone to run, and the Penguin asks him, "So what you're doing? You know, we're friends, but you can't be just coming in here like that." So Victor tells him, you know, make this seem like a robbery, hide your money, say I took it. He's like, I'm asking for my guns. Um, and so Victor gets his guns, and Penguin says, "Oh, if you're gonna make this a robbery, let's look like it." And he's like, "As you wish." And Freeze kills a bunch of um, Cobblepot's men. So Victor Freeze is gonna go after the man who took everything from him. And you find out it's Bruce Wayne. It's always Bruce Wayne. You see him 6 years ago, Wayne Towers. He's talking to Bruce and Lucius Fox, and they're talking about how Victor's working on this project to reanimate, or this cryo project that, you know, using slow heating body parts to sort of regenerate and revive frozen mummies and stuff. And Victor tries to convince Bruce Wayne that you can use this research to reanimate people, to reanimate organs, to save people. But Bruce lets him know, is like, we're going to be keeping a close eye on you and what you're doing. So Bruce and Victor, Bruce and Lucius leave, and Victor sort of walks up to a case, and you see Nora. And he's like, he won't let them take her. And he touches her, and there's a cure for her heart disease. He just needs to figure out a way to heal her or revive her. So he heads to Wayne Towers, and he finds out that's not Nora's not there. That she's missing. That he's done it. He's created the formula to reanimate people who have been frozen. It worked on it worked on the owls. It should work on her. And you find out that they've moved her body, and Nightwing and Robin show up, and pretty menacing, about to beat the shit out of them. Um, so like the only reason that this cryo lab is down there is because there's nowhere else it could be. So Robin and Nightwing sort of, he wants to know where Bruce Wayne is and just let them be on his way. He has no quarrel with them, so they start attacking. Robin gets his hands frozen. I'm getting distracted by my family. Yeah. Anyway, they start fighting, and Nightwing gets frozen. Victor Freeze manages to freeze the pipes and freezes Nightwing. Mr. Freeze is like Sub-Zero in this shit, yo. Oh, yeah. Mr. Freeze is like goddamn Sub-Zero in this, freezing like the floor and pipes and people with his touching them. So, he's like, so Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, contacts Freeze, and Freeze heads up to Wayne's office, and they're like, don't go after him. They're gonna sell this one mano y mano, and you see Victor sort of he sort of wants to test this new compound on her to revive her, and Bruce like lets him know that no, it's not going to happen. You've been, you know, they canceled this project, but he's been working on it. Um, you know, he's about to test them on a person, but he hasn't. These methods haven't been tested at all, and they can't allow him to do it. And she's gonna call the authorities. So Victor throws a chair at Bruce, hits his pipe. Can you guys? And it hits him with this freezy, gassy stuff, and turns him to Mr. Freeze. Yay, Mr. Freeze! So you see, Mr. Freeze wake up, and his eyes would, you know, it looks like his skin is capturing the cold, is storing the cold, but you know, the suit is keeping him alive. You know, what would happen if he was exposed to heat? He'd probably boil alive. But his eyes are, he has to wear these goggles to keep his eyes from melting, freezing over from his body from freezing his eyes. And he starts grabbing people and he wants to kill Bruce Wayne. So he shows up, and you see Nora, and you see Batman for some reason busting through a window, and he tells him put down the gun, and they start just going at it, and Batman's asking how many people have they killed. You're for doing this for your so-called love. You think about all the people you've killed, all the loved ones they had. And it's like, Victor, it's over. And Victor throws his cryo bomb and Batman sort of freezes him. And Batman has these like heat fist things that are melting through the ice. So Batman breaks out and it's like Nora. He's like Wayne is away from you. Nora will be too. And Batman's like, you don't understand what this is. Like this is love. And Victor says, and Batman explains, they both know that Nora's not his wife. Even though he says he loves her, but he doesn't. He's never even met her. And you find out her name is Nora Fields, and she was born in 1943. She just graduated from college, and she has incurable heart disease, and they decide to underput her a new controversial treatment where she might be able to awaken, find a new life in the future when she's only at 25. So she was the first person to undergo cryogenic stasis, and he wrote his thesis on her, and that's why he's been working. He chose to work at Wayne Industries to meet her, um, but he never knew her, and he's always coming back to her. Mr. Freeze out to save his dying wife against from the cruel businessman. But this is a farce, and Batman starts just punching him, and he puts um he fills Freeze's suit with the owl serum, um and it sort of takes him down because you can't, like, when you heat him up, you can't really do anything. So they get him out. They can take him back to Arkham, and Freeze reaches out to Nora, who he does fucking know apparently, and you see a flashback to him and his mother, and you see him pushing his mother in a wheelchair, and they're off to the snowman contest again. But um, his mother is pretty much sick. She, from being in the water, being from the ice, she's just ill, and she says she has this apple, but her hands are bleeding from the hypothermia. She already carved. And Freeze kisses his mother and pushes her into the lake, and that's where it ends, which is a little intense. Um, so Batman Annual #1, this thing was intense in terms of just how much gratuitous violence there was, just like people dying. There was a lot of people dying. But and just the whole. So Scott Snyder does a great, and James Tynion, they co-wrote the book, and the plot and the script and all that stuff. They did a amazing job just setting up just the whole Mr. Freeze's identity. Like Heart of Ice, this takes Heart of Ice, which is probably one of the greatest Batman series and cartoons episodes ever, was amazing. And this sort of takes a leaf from it, which is probably my favorite episode. But just the fact that he doesn't know Nora, that he's always been doing this for his wife, but they've just flipped it. Take like he's not his wife, he doesn't know her, but he's somehow in love with this woman. It's crazy. The art by Jason Fabok is actually really, really good. The art is really good. I really like his art. It's very reminiscent of Jim Lee's art, in all honesty. But I guess everyone has a basis for their art. But he does a great job. It looks very cool. I love the way the Mr. Freeze redesign. I'm not too fond about the weird mohawk, the faux hawk he has, or the mohawk. But overall, he is really interesting. So Batman Annuals are getting a 4 out of 5. This book was really good. They did a great job on it. I'm really looking forward to Scott Snyder and James Tynion, who is apparently, is going to be a new comic book writer. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night, and whatever you guys do, let me know what you think about this. You read this book, whatever you're reading.